Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today's topic, America's in trouble, and I'm here to try to make a case why if you're not prepping by now, you should be. First, if you would, like, subscribe, share, comment, I really would appreciate it. To those who have, thank you very much. Alright, I'm Tad, so let's talk about this. The military, the Marines, do not have enough camouflage because of the manufacturing backlog, and they won't have uniforms for our soldiers in camo green until the fall of 2024. If they're backlogged on uniforms, what else could they be backlogged on? Makes me wonder, considering we're sending all of our supplies to a country fighting a war that they're not going to be able to win. That's another subject for another day. If you were going to the Army and Navy game and you had your hotel already paid for and had your reservations, I guess you're pretty upset now that you got to take a tent up there to sleep in a parking lot because your reservations have been canceled at the surrounding hotels, so they can put up illegal migrants and their families, feed them and take care of them on your American taxpayer dime. The president's son, who I can't say what I like to about him, but he's under indictment. That's a historical thing. Sitting president's child is being indicted. I'll tell you something else. We're making a lot of historical moments. An ex-president being indicted over and over and over by what I think is a two-tier justice system and a weaponized DOJ. This is historical. Another thing historical happened. The Speaker of the House was vacated from his seat in Congress. The House is shut down right now, can't do business because they don't have anybody. Historical things. It's insane. Our president carries note cards around with him. He stumbles and bumbles. Don't even know how to walk off of a stage. And if you don't believe this, you can look it up. They have created a task force where he has to go to therapy. It's called the Don't Let Biden Fall agenda. He has to wear tennis shoes now instead of dress shoes. He has to take the baby flight of stairs into the belly of Air Force One instead of going up the real steps like the most presidents do. Historical stuff. Other countries are laughing at us. Our adversaries, they don't fear us anymore. No, they don't care. We're an embarrassment. We are. It's embarrassing all over the world. Then he comes out, and the Department of Homeland Defense says, no, we don't build walls, we don't like walls, but yes, we're going to build a 20-mile wall. And then the president says, well, I couldn't change it, I had to do it. Blah, blah, blah. Guys, this is just a political scam. He got a lot of grief from blue state governors and mayors that claim to be sanctuary cities, and now, without saying he's doing it to appease them. He's playing both sides of the fence. We all know it. We see what's happening. We're not that stupid. They think we're idiots. They flip-flop so much, it's insane. They think the American people can't see what's going on. He invites Venezuelans to come here so he can give them asylum. And what's he doing now? He is deporting them as quick as he can. Why is that? After you ask them to come here, now you're deporting them. They're not very happy about the situation. So we got that to deal with. He's trying to act tough now because election season's coming up, and he knows people are really tired of this border thing. The unions, if you're in the union right now, you're probably on strike somewhere in the country. And I understand why they're doing it. The reason is Joe Biden's own words. I am the most pro-union president there has ever been. So if you hear that, you can strike and ask for crazy demands, and knowing you've got the president in your back pocket to back you up, that helps in your negotiations. They ought to see this. They ought to see this. But they don't. You've got the FBI forming task force for MAGA supporters. Supposedly, MAGA supporters are terrorists. Why? Because we voice what we want to say in a free country. We have the First Amendment right to select which candidate we are behind and what ideals and values we have. When did that become a terrorist law? I mean, how is that happening? You have deplorable Hillary Clinton coming out and telling everybody that the MAGA Republicans are a cult and need to be deprogrammed. She's got a lot of right to talk. Wow. Interest rates, 7.49% today. The job numbers come out and everybody's hoorah and patting themselves on the back. Well, I got news for you. All that's going to do is make the Fed raise interest rates more. I'll bet you in 2 months we'll be up to 8%. I don't know how anybody's going to afford a house. Your credit cards. If you have an ARM on your home right now as a mortgage instrument, you're in trouble. You're seeing your payments go crazy, especially if you financed in at the 2.75, 3% rate. How are these young people going to survive? I don't know. If you take all these things, guys, instead of looking at one at a time and saying, oh, that's a flash in the pan, that's just something in the news cycle, you're not seeing the big picture. I do believe the next 12 to 14 months in this country is going to be rough. The country is so divided. Nobody's going to believe the election when it happens, no matter which way it goes. Everybody is so chosen up on sides that the election ain't going to make much sense to nobody anymore. Nobody's going to believe it. There's going to be so many theories and calls of cheating, rigging on both sides. What's that going to get us? Social unrest and chaos. The third world countries are looking at us and they're probably saying, don't ever stick your nose into our business. You got your own problems. Clean up your own house before you come preaching to me. Time to get ready. Get your food stocked up. Get your defense tools. Get your water supplies. Get your energy back up. Get prepared. I don't see good things coming. Everything is upside down and backwards, and I just don't know why. It's just chaotic. It's got that weird feeling about it. Too much is happening. They're trying to desensitize us. They're trying to normalize all the craziness that's going on around us. You don't know what's true and what's not. I know I poked a little fun at that emergency alert. And one reason was because everybody hates the government and has so much distrust for the government now that conspiracy theories were off the charts. That's the world we're living in. This country's going to have to change. If it don't, I don't know where we're going to end up at. All we can do is prepare for what we can. And as long as you do that and you've done that, there ain't much more to do. I'm not preaching fear, guys. I'm preaching prepping so we don't have to fear tomorrow. All right, I'm going to leave you with that. I hope you guys have a great afternoon. Thanks again for watching, and until tomorrow, I'm Tad, and we're going to talk about it.